Hey everybody, it's Tuesday, May 22nd. It's about 4:45 in the morning. Um, Sitting here with my silly kid. Gonna try and have some coffee. Last night was a little bit better. I managed to get a little bit more sleep. Oops. Um, it was a rough night, but not severe like it was the night before. My bone pain and my muscle contractions weren't so bad, thankfully. Because wow, that's wicked, really wicked. Um, what else? So a little bit of bone pain in my knee. Still, I took some Advil last night about 8 o'clock. I went to bed early, and so I took Advil around 8 o'clock. So I took two of them, and it seemed to help. However, excuse me, I'm sorry. Still have that ball in here, and wow, wowzers. Um, I know that when I sleep, if I'm not well, uh, the flu, whatever, you just lie on the couch for hours when you're not feeling well. The next day, I tend to be like stiff and ouchy and stuff, and that's how I kind of feel this morning. I'm stiff and ouchy. I need to walk around a little bit, which I will, especially my back, and that's what this feels like today. That it's just been sitting there. It needs to kind of move. Whoops, sorry. I wore this shirt last night because, it was so hot. Oh my good God, it was so hot. So I did some research quite a while ago in regards to drug addictions. Um, it's just something that has touched me personally, not myself, but people that I know. And I want to understand it a little bit better. So I did some research. I got a hold of a friend who, excuse me, who was a drug addictions counselor, went to university, and anyway, they helped me with trying to have a better understanding of the whole concept of, or not the concept of what drug addicts go through and all this stuff. Anyway, sorry, wow, a lot of heaviness in my chest there. So anyway, everything I've read and everything like that is kind of, it popped into my head last night. Not saying that this is what happened, but I wonder, and I really wonder because I felt not severe, but I almost felt like from everything I've read and talked to people about when they have drug sickness, what it's like. And honest to God, that's popped into my head last night because it was almost like you're having the withdrawal symptoms of something. That's what it felt like. I mean, the excruciating pain the night before and yesterday. I mean, maybe it's different. It's not like a dependence, but they fill you full of lots of chemicals and things. And that's what, you know, if I was a drug addict, I would be filling my body full of chemicals as well. And then you don't have them, and boom. I mean, it could be a lot of things too. The steroid withdrawal as well could play a factor into that, even though I didn't feel the steroids were a big, huge factor. Like I didn't feel them like I did with the prednisone. This is a different steroid, so I don't know. But I can now relate, I think. I mean, not to the severity of what a drug addict would go through. Absolutely not. I mean, I think I just touched the surface. But like I had the sweats. I didn't felt sick to my stomach. I mean, I had to take my anti-nausea meds last night because it was just not to the point where I thought it was like I felt really unwell, really like really horrid. Um, and I just wanted to be in bed. I didn't want to, but I felt over the course of the night, I was waking up almost every hour and a half, tossing and turning, trying to get comfortable. But um, as the night wore on, I started to feel better. Not great, nowhere near 100%, but better, like especially with the bone pain. Excuse me. Um, Also, sorry, but I had gas, and it's funny, but every woman hates to have gas, but oh my God, it just felt good. I'll be honest with you. This is a true account of my journey, and I don't know if I don't think a lot of people talk about it, but I can feel my body returning back to normal. I went to the bathroom today, and my bowels were better. I wasn't as constipated, thank goodness, um, and it had gas and stuff, which is quite normal. Um, I mean, it's normal to have gas, but I hadn't had gas in the last few days, and it's like I think I talked about having like felt like trapped gas, and anyway, so I feel like I'm starting to become a little bit more normal, just a little shaky. Um, I still don't feel like I'm, not even close to 100%. I'd say 75. You know, we'll see what today brings. Um, but I think I'm over the worst. Thank God. Um, because it was rough. I have to admit, I've talked to some people. I have a little bit of coffee. Oh, I hope that's not anything. I hope that's just a lot of settling, that coughing. That didn't sound good. I don't taste blood. Sorry. But when I cough like that, if phlegm comes up, I gotta make sure it's not, I'm working up a gob of blood. Sorry, I know that's kind of gross, but it's real. This is it. This is what it is. So, and it's not for the light of heart for sure. Hold on. Oh God. I never drank coffee before, but I really love it now. I really look forward to my 1 cup of coffee in the morning. I do. I really quite enjoy it. I sit here with my kids. I look outside when I was working. I'd sit here and have my coffee. I'd look at my phone and Facebook, catch up on some news. You know, just get up nice and slow. And now I just enjoy it with Silly because Silly's here. I have to excuse the mess of my couch and stuff. I tried to clean up a little bit last night. I don't worry too much about it. To hell with it. Feel like shit. Hey man, I got cancer and I'm going through treatment, so frig it. My house looks like poop. Too bad. Clean it later. Tidy it up later. Anyway, so yeah, that's what I kind of felt like last night. It was interesting. Not in a good way interesting. I don't really, and not really vivid dreams, but some weird dreams. Like this, not nightmares, just odd dreams. Like I lived in this apartment and it was, I lived in this apartment and above it was like a call center and that's where I was supposed to be working. And I don't know, it was weird. I don't know. When I was a lot younger, young and vibrant. I'm still young and vibrant. Are you kidding me? I might be 52, but I feel like I'm about 25. Well, maybe not today, but on most days. And I think that way too. I act like an idiot, and that's fine. Because I'm fun. I like to have fun. Anyway, that's, I'm feeling better today. Like I said, I think I weathered the storm, and I'm really glad I did because it was rough. It was a rough one. Like, but it's doable. I knew going through all that, it was horrible, and I cried, and the whole business because it was just like, oh, you you don't have anywhere to go. You can't run from it. Nothing. And you just it's not that you give up. You just like you just want to break. You just oh God, you just want to break. Just and I was saying that just 5 minutes, please just give me 5 minutes of no pain, 5 minutes of not suffering. And you don't get it. And so you break down and you cry because you're broken. You're just broken, and there's nothing you can do, and you're just at that end of the rope kind of thing. So, but in the back of my head the whole time, even though you're going through all that and it's horrid and everything, and you can ask Rich, even throughout the whole thing, I said, I have to go through hell to get to heaven. And that's how I say it. It's the only way I know how to say it, is that I have to go through this to get better. And if this is what I got to do, then this is what I got to do. And I'm going to have weak points like I did. Like every 3 weeks, I'm going to go through this, and it's probably going to get worse. But now I know what to expect. I've gone through it once, so I know what to expect. I'm going to have all my ammunition ready next time. I'm going to talk to them about pain management. I'm glad that I didn't have the pain for more than 2 days, really, because it started Saturday night, and it was gone by yesterday, well, last night. So, but 48 hours, I guess. Oh, excuse me. That's that gas. And then that radiation ball. I don't know how it's just my baseball. My radiation baseball. It's the only way I know how to say it. Anyway. There we go. Oh, see? That's me trying to swallow one gulp of coffee. But yeah, you get through that storm. And that's what I was doing, is I knew that it wouldn't last forever. It was horrendous. I shared it with everybody because that's what I do. I'm sharing my whole journey. That's why I'm doing these vlogs, and I would write, but I couldn't write. The concentration just wasn't there. So I find that the videos are a little bit easier for me. I will eventually get back to writing. Excuse me. Yeah, so throughout since Thursday, it's been a real eye-opener, because it's been, like I said, my first treatment. Scary as hell. The whole thing was scary right from the get-go. Won't lie to you there. But you know what? It's that Thursday. Okay, so Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Wow, 6 days. Shit. Didn't seem like 6 days. Seemed less. So 6 days. When you look at it that way, it's like, oh God. Next time we'll be like, oh my God, 6 more days. But I think it's true that if you take each day as it comes, and face it that way instead of being overwhelmed, because I was very overwhelmed at the beginning of the weekend and everything. So I think that if you just take each day as it comes, each moment if you have to, it's easier. You don't get overwhelmed. You don't get too stressed out. You can't move ahead. I'm always a big one for being proactive, but I can't in this instance. But yeah, I've weathered the storm, guys. I did it. It was tough, but I did it. And I'm pretty proud of myself for doing it. I might get weepy. Oh my gosh. Because it's a very emotional journey, this whole thing. And I just want to really thank everybody. So I know I was posting the Facebook and texting people and stuff. And I just want to say thank you. I know I always say thanks to everybody and couldn't do it without you. But honestly, this whole weekend, I mean, Rich has been fantastic. Oh my God. The poor freaking guy. Like, I, wow, he's just an amazing person. Anyway, he knows that. I love him. God, I love him. I honestly don't know how anyone could go through this all on their own. And it's something that I'm going to touch base on later, I think, because being alone, going through cancer, because there are people out there. If Rich wasn't here, I'd be alone, pretty much, I think. I don't think I'd be able to have someone come in and stay with me unless I paid them. And that's not comfortable either, I mean, people have lots. I'm running out of space again. I'm going to have to clear out my phone. Don't get me wrong. People, I have friends and stuff, a few friends here, but they have lives. I would never expect them to drop everything and be with me. But it's something I want to kind of look at. People who are alone going through cancer, knowing like what I just went through, and that's just maybe it's a little bit. It's really interesting that no one should have to go through this alone at all, ever. I mean, it's their choice if they want to go on it alone. But if they don't have anyone and they have to, you need help. The bottom line is you need help. I couldn't walk. Rich had to help me. Like Saturday night, Sunday night. Rich had to help me get up out of bed. I couldn't walk. So, and even yesterday walking around, it was like I was walking on glass. Like you feel like your bones are going to just break at any second. So, I mean, especially older people, man. Because, I mean, older people are already a little bit compromised because I mean, they've lived so many years and their bones aren't as strong as they used to be. I mean, it's a fact that bone density and stuff like that as you get older decreases, et cetera, et cetera. So I could not imagine being an older person at my weight too, because there are older people who are like as big as I am. Not that I'm ginormous. Please don't get me thinking I don't care right now how much I weigh. That's not a factor to me right now. I keep saying I'm fat, but you know what? It's actually kind of a good thing I am fat because if I wasn't and I was super thin and I'd had no appetite, that would be very bad. Very, very bad. So if I don't eat, I've got some reserve to live on. Sorry. So anyway, but getting back to the older people. Yeah, so I mean, it's, excuse me, it's something I'm thinking about later down the line. Just, I don't know how I'm going to approach it. I got to really give it some thought about, no one should be alone. And not just the fact that, loneliness, fact that you need help. And that's just it. And some people don't have the resources to get it. Like PSWs and stuff like that can't live with you forever. You can't pay, uh, some people can't pay for a nurse to be there 24/7. It's just too darn expensive. So anyway, that's one thing. But what I wanted to say was before I run out of space again, because I babble on way too much, but oh well. And I know I've said this before about how much I appreciate everybody, but the outpour of support that I have had on Facebook and text messages and people in life, people I don't even know, um, it's incredible. I can't get over. I don't even have words, and it's not because I can't think of any. I'm speechless with the outpour of support I've gotten and the love that I feel that running definitely out of space here. But the love that I've felt from everybody and the support and just it's incredible. It is so I feel so embraced by everybody. And I'm just I like I said, I don't even have words to express how deeply this has touched me in a very positive way, of course. Um, it's just, I have those moments over the course of the weekend, and it was like, oh my God, can I do this? And it's like, I know I can. And then my phone would go off. I'd get a beep, and it'd be a Facebook, and it'd be like, Annie, you can do this, you can do this. And the big long thing of how proud and courageous, and I don't think I'm courageous. I'm just going through what I got to go through, right? But, and then there's Ronna Joe, and then there's Marnie, and like all these people from my past, and there's Barb, and there's Karen, and there's everybody, and Mitch, Lee's, I know it's you. And just that whole, you can get through it. We're here with you. I'm going to get upset. I'm not upset. It's like happy tears, actually. And the guys from my work. And then the text messages, Jean, popping up out of nowhere. Tell me about her day. Sending me pictures of her shopping spree. It's just, stuff like that. Hi, everyone. It's Tuesday, the 22nd of May. It's about 7 o'clock in the evening. I did do a video early this morning, about 5 o'clock in the morning, but my phone filled up too fast or something. Not enough memory, because I talk too much. Anyway, pretty tired, pretty exhausted, actually. Not tired, exhausted is more of the word I would use. I've spent most of the day in and out sleeping. I'm going to have a kid in her head up here in a minute. But I've been sleeping most of the day, kind of in and out of being coherent. Hold on one sec. Sorry, Sophie was digging her claws into my tummy where my scar is from my hysterectomy, and yeah, that's not fun. So, just to let you guys know, I was going to post a video from this morning, but I was babbling on about nothing, and I felt pretty good, but then a wave of nausea hit, and I'll explain all this to you. So last night I went to bed pretty early, about 8 o'clock or so, because I just couldn't stay on the couch anymore. I just wanted to lie down. So I slept not too bad, tossed and turned a lot in the nighttime, sweating a lot. I felt very nauseous. I ended up having to take the anti-nausea medication. A lot of gas. I really... everybody knows I'm no holds barred, so I'm letting everybody have it. So for the last 6 days, since Thursday, so Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 5 days, sorry, I've been constipated. I've been able to go, but it's not optimal. Let's just put it that way. For the amount of food that I've intaken and all that bunch of stuff. So... I haven't been able to get rid of my gas or anything like that. That's part of the chemo. And part of the steroids that they give you. It's kind of bungs you up and the whole bit. Same with if you're on opiate painkillers, Dilaudid or hydrocortisone. I think that's the same thing. Whatever, hydrocortisone. That's a steroid. Morphine, codeine. It makes you constipated. So I wasn't on any of those, thank God. Only Advil and Tylenol and Claritin. So I took my Claritin last night, and I took some Advil. I've been writing it down so I won't forget, because I feel a little bit cloudy in the head. When you're in intense pain, you don't tend to remember a lot of things. So, but last night wasn't too bad. I tossed and turned a lot last night. Had some wicked dreams. Not nightmares, but wicked dreams. Now, I kick myself in the butt for saying this because I'm a hypocrite, and I apologize. Both my parents were alcoholics, okay? So I come from an addictive family, like it's just said out there, and that's not an excuse, and I'm not saying I'm addicted or anything like that, but I've always had in my head is in regards to prescription medication, if you're addicted and things like that. I was an ass. and a total not caring. And I am horrible for being that way because I understand now if you're in intense pain, how you can get addicted to painkillers. I chose not to go that route. That might change in the future because from what I understand, it's supposed to get more intense. Hopefully it won't, but I'm going to look at other ways. But so I am a hypocrite because I would judge people for, oh, they can fight it, blah, 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 blah. And I'm up on my high and mighty pedestal preaching down on people. And I feel dreadful for doing that because I now understand how people can get addicted to pain medication. I can also understand if what I went through last night because I had come off the Dexa whatever steroid, and from what I understand, it's really harsh to come off that. Also, the chemo drugs coming out of my system, that whole business. If that's what drug sickness feels like, and I only had a teeny tiny little bit, I could not imagine being an addict to any kind of prescription drugs, or for any addict for that matter, and being drug sick. Now I understand when people say it feels like you're dying, because I didn't necessarily feel like I was dying, but I was probably a third of the way. I have to go through this 5 more times. Hopefully it won't be as bad, and every time is different. I might experience more intense, or I might not experience hardly any. I consider myself, and I'm maybe I shouldn't say this because, I've said stuff in the past and it's happened, like, oh, I don't want lung cancer. Well, I didn't get lung cancer. I got metastasized lung cancer. So I'm not even going to say it. I'm just hoping that next time it won't be as bad. The chemo is accumulative, so it's supposed to get worse and stuff, but it could get better. It's a hit and miss. Every time you have it, you react differently. So today was spent sleeping on and off all day. The exhaustion was just, you sit there. I'm not kidding. You'd be sitting in a chair and you just pass it. It's like, when I've seen someone take really heavy medication and, 20 minutes later they from the medication. That's what it's kind of like, but you're not medicated. Anyway, touch wood, I haven't had a humongous amount of pain today. A little bit sporadic, here and there, little triggers and stuff, but nothing that I haven't been able to tolerate. A little bit of neuropathy where it's like, I guess you could call it tingling on your skin. To me, it's hard to explain how it feels to me. It's just like an irritation on the skin, like almost like someone's been rubbing your skin, or like a friction. That's what it kind of feels like to me. So, and I just honestly would like to be dipped in a bucket of ice water. I think that would feel better. But it hasn't been unbearable, thank God, touch wood, like I said, because, yeah. Anyway, so I was supposed to go to the thrombosis clinic today and see my blood clot guy, but I couldn't make it. I had to phone and cancel. But like I said before, I don't know if I posted the videos or not because the last couple of days have been a bit of a blur. I had a thrombosis appointment this morning, and I'd called them last week on Friday to let them know what was going on, that my cancer was back and that I was going through chemo and everything. Because you run the risk of having blood clots when you are going through chemotherapy, which I can totally understand, because if you're debilitated like I was pretty much today, I had to force myself to get up and walk around. And I would get up and walk down to the car and back and walk around the house because you get blood clots. And I was also doing my ankle pumps because you don't want that. No, you don't. You don't want them to go into your lungs or into your brain, because the brain, you'll be dead, and the lungs, you could die too. And anyway, so I canceled the appointment because I was very nauseated. I just did not feel well at all this morning. And so she phoned me back and she's like, yeah, we talked about it on Friday. Totally understandable. Thank God. And I'm going to go in on Friday. I'm waiting to hear back from the clerk what time to go in Friday and talk to them. I just want to be on the record with them. Like, everybody part of my medical team, I think, needs to know what everybody's doing, where everybody is in this whole, in my case. And I try to be pretty much on top of it. I have a binder where I keep everything in it. So just in case something were to ever happen and they needed my medical history or whatever, Rich can hand them over the binder and say, here you go. It's all there. All the tests I've ever had done, all the diagnosis, when, where, when, all the medications I'm on, what I'm allergic to, everything. And right in the front, it's like a grid. It's like every single doctor I have. And Dr. Robiard is my family physician. This is her address, her telephone number, what she takes care of. This is Dr. Herlahai. She's my diabetic doctor. This is, blah, 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 blah. Dr. Hopkins is my surgeon, blah, blah, blah. That kind of thing. So that way, wherever we go, it's all there in one spot. And it's handy to have. So anyway, there's no guesswork, So I do have some circles from the amount of sleep. You would think I wouldn't have circles, but anyway. So the nausea went away. I took some anti-nausea medication, and then I had some toast. And when I ate my toast, it went away. But it took me 4 hours to actually sit down and eat toast. That's how bad it was, because I was just like, oh, God. And that was the last thing I wanted. It's like, please don't let me be sick, too. Anyway, I'm hoping tomorrow will be a much better day. Seems that each day is getting a little bit better, coming out of the side effects. It's almost like Sunday, I guess it was. Yeah, Sunday night is where it kind of it plateaued, and then it started to come down from there. So hopefully it's only a couple of days every 3 weeks. I think by the end of all this, you'll be exhausted, even more so, But that's okay. When it's all said and done, at the end of the day, the goal here is to contain this stuff. With that finger out there, Contain it. That's why we're going through this. We're going to contain it. So if it can be contained or even go away, go dormant would be even great. Then that would be optimal. So we stay looking at that, the goal. Way down the road there. That goal is to contain it. I don't know if it'll ever go into remission, but contain it so it doesn't spread. And if that happens, then this is all worth it. If it doesn't, then I'll be really mad. And you'll probably get a really, really angry vlog post at the end of all this, because I'll be really mad that it didn't work. And I had to go through all this for nothing. Oh. But we don't look like it that way. Anyway, just a quick one. 12 minutes. Yeah, quick. Have you ever known me ever be quick? So, there's Pooh Head. Isn't he cute? I like Pooh Head. Pooh Head makes you happy. So I've been watching, to pass the time, the Hallmark Channel. Rich got me the Hallmark Channel. It's live. So I watch it all the time. Oh, that's kind of freaky looking. Move him over. Yeah, so it makes me happy. Those cheesy movies. I don't care. The murder mysteries, they're all cheesy, but I love them. And Lifetime. Oh, Rich is going to play some music. And I've been watching the Lifetime channel. So, but what I have noticed is, because it is live TV, and I haven't watched live TV in, 2, maybe 3 years now, because I stream everything, is that all the commercials down in the States are in regards to, one, medication, a lot of medication for cancer, like curing cancer treatment centers, food, and like garbage food, like a lot of treats and stuff, and insurance. That's what I noticed. And especially in the morning, like when I'm up at 5 o'clock in the morning and stuff, and I turn it on, it's always like a vaccine for cancer or a treatment center for cancer, something to do with cancer. Oh, we got a couple of bipolars in there too. But yeah, I just found that to be really interesting that that's the majority of the commercials on the TV now. Yeah, I just found that to be interesting. Anyway, so that's it for today. I could do the video from this morning, but I don't think I will because it was pretty, I mean, maybe. Just throw it in there if anyone wants to watch it. I won't attach it to this one. I'll do it as a separate one because it was cut. It kept cutting off and stuff. And I had to keep turning it off because I had to keep going to the bathroom. Oh, yes. Speaking of which, I said I was constipated for 5 days. Now I'm not constipated anymore. Please don't get me wrong. Everything's normal. I'm just going, it's almost like everything was backed up and it's all coming out now. Sorry, that's gross, but don't have diarrhea yet, touch wood, God, because a lot of people do experience intermittent diarrhea when you go through chemo, which would, I would expect it because of the crap that they're putting into you. Like, I mean, wow. Yeah, I just experienced what it like, my bones and my muscles, what am I, not convulsing. Well, they were convulsing, but, like, going out, like, up and down. I can't think of the word. But like the shooting bone pain. And I explained it to my neighbor there. I was just talking to him. I was outside for my little walk, and I said it literally felt like I was being hobbled. And it, like, you'd be sitting here and it felt like, hey, Skylar. She's saying hi. You'd be like sitting here and all of a sudden it felt like someone took a sledgehammer to your ankle. That's what it felt like, or to your knee. I am not joking. That's what it freaking felt like. It was horrid, just absolutely horrid. And then you have all these muscle spasms. Oh, that was it. Muscle spasms continuously going up and down your legs and into your groin and into your bum. It attacks your muscles, right? So your buttocks. It attacked your buttock muscles. But then, and I'm sorry, I don't mean to be totally gross or anything, but it went right into my rectum. And it felt like a grip. Like the spasm was so intense. Like, you don't want to know how bad it was. It was just like, grip. Like someone just grabbed your intestines from the inside, just holding on for dear life. Oh, jeez. So hopefully that won't happen again. And that goes also into the hoo-hoo part, or the vagina part. So it's like your whole groin area and your hips and things like that. So, yeah. Luckily, nothing into my upper arms or anything. A little bit in my I was going to say my ankles, my wrists. A little bit in my wrists. But I get that, I think, from my Crestor as well, because I was getting that a little bit before. And I also noticed today, not necessarily heart palpitations, but I could feel my heart. Your heart is a muscle, so of course it's going to be affected. And I could feel like little spasms in my lungs and stuff like that. It's almost like around my whole rib cage and stuff. And it, like here, for instance, this is my left side, right? My heart is here. Here, maybe I'll sit up a little bit. Sorry, if I can. Oh, everything's super slow. So, my Canada A Dollarama shirt, I love them. You know why? They're super comfortable and they're thin enough so that when it's hot out, you can still wear a t-shirt and be cool. And they're just, I'm not a small person, and they're ginormous. I love them. Anyway, and they're $4. So why not, right? Who cares? I don't. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. So here's Moose Me, my plaid moose. So this is my left side. I know it's opposite on the camera. So my heart is in here. And you can feel, like right here is like my boob is here. So right here is like the muscle, the main muscle group of your breast, and all over in here, and then it goes into your boob, and it's hard. It's not like rock solid, like I'm you know, you're, like that, rock solid. It's just, it's hard from, I think, everything that's happening. Same with the other side. This is where the tumor is, where the moose head is. It's not as hard on this side, but you can feel it. And if you touch it, you can feel like a pain. So it's like a muscle pain. It's kind of, it's odd. Anyway, so that's about it for now. I'm going to sign off. I'm going to go to bed soon. It's like 7. What time is it? What time is it? 7:30. Oh boy, I'm going to go to bed. Oh, hair. My hair. My head is really sore. That's one thing I've noticed, is that my scalp is extremely sore. And I brushed my hair today, and some hair fell out. Not like the big chunks, but you brush out and it's in your brush. Well, I have more than normal in my brush. Rich says that it's just normal, that's what I normally take out, but I'm just realizing it more now because I'm brushing it. But yeah, it's sore. Oh, good grief. Yes, Skylar. I don't think you want to go out, honey. It's kind of not nice out. But Mom, I want to go out now. Anyway, I spoke with my neighbor, and she was telling me that she heard a very unpleasant scream in the middle of the night last night. And we were out. I just went for a little walk in the backyard there to see where a cat hasn't come home. And a couple of years ago, we had a coyote in the neighborhood. And since then, I spoke to another neighbor way over here in a house, and he said last fall that the coyote, they found a coyote on the side of the road up on Blair, coming from the golf course this way. So I'm thinking that's our coyote, and I was like, yeah. And then she said that she'd heard something last night. She doesn't think it was a cat. She's an animal she'd never heard of before, a scream. So she's not sure if it was a bunny, because we have other neighbors who have like an abundance of bunnies, like 20 of them in their backyard. But they got a couple and they multiplied and they didn't know what to do, so they let them out in their backyard. There's tunnels all over the friggin' back, like, not there. It's this way more. Anyway, they're new to Canada. I guess they didn't realize that you can't, I don't know, have a bunny. I don't know. We had bunnies all over the place this winter. So it could have been one of the bunnies that was killed by maybe something. But she said it wasn't a raccoon or anything, nothing that she had heard before. I'm just hoping that's not another coyote, because that won't be good. And I know you people who are animal activists and stuff, I get it. And you sit there and you say, oh yeah, we're coming into their territory and all that bunch of jazz and all that. Okay, fine and dandy. But, and the fact that you say that they don't kill people, but they do. And I know someone that got attacked by a coyote out in an apple orchard. So don't tell me that they don't attack people. They do. And this guy was picking apples. He wasn't going near the den or anything. It's in the paper. He was 16 years old and he was attacked. It was a guy that one of our customers at Wesco, and his son was attacked by a coyote in an apple orchard. So, I don't believe that they don't attack. They do. So anyway, protect your kids. I know I have to protect mine. Skylar's going to freak out and scream at me all night because she wants to go out and you can hear her. But I don't want her to go out just in case. Anyway, that's it for me tonight. I've babbled on enough. 22 minutes. There we go. Almost 23. So I could go another 8 minutes and make it an even 30, but I won't. So thanks, everybody. I might actually go 8 minutes because there's something I want to say. Can you hold on for just one moment, please? That would be super fantastical. Thanks, baby. I just want to say thank you to everybody. You've been on Facebook, and I through it this whole weekend and stuff like that. She's just going to keep doing it until I stop. Hold on. So I just want to say thanks to everybody for your support. I know I keep saying that, but I really mean it. This past weekend was really, really, really tough. And you guys, even though I don't have a lot of people here physically with me, I mean, I have some people, yes, but it really, it really helps me get through the day. Everybody pulling for me and seeing your comments, and I just want you guys to know that it doesn't go unnoticed. I might not be able to respond right away because of the treatment I'm going through, and if I'm in pain or whatever the case may be, and I'm not trying to be rude or nasty. I appreciate it. I really, really do. If you're in intense pain or you're just tired or just fed up, you get frustrated and you get a little short in temper. I think it's pretty normal. I apologize if I'm ever like that with anybody. I don't mean to be, because I appreciate you guys so, so much. The things that you write and just that whole keeping me going. You know, you can do it, you can do it. And I see it over and over again, and it keeps me going. And I just want you guys to know that I'm just really glad that you're here with me. You might not be here physically in the room with me, but I feel your spirit. I really, really feel the spirit and everything. Oh, listen to her. Because I'm getting emotional. Skylar's like an empath that way. So, and she so wants to go out and I won't let her out. But please, please, I can't emphasize enough how grateful I am to everybody following me and being on this journey with me, because I don't feel alone. And, oh, that was the other thing I wanted to mention that I had mentioned this morning about having to go through something like this alone. I couldn't do it without Rich. You know, I couldn't do it without my friends, especially Rich, because he's here 24/7. 24/7, making my lunch, making my food, doing my laundry, making my bed, getting me up out of bed when I couldn't walk on Sunday night and taking me to the bathroom. It was that bad. So, you know, there are people out there that aren't that lucky. And I think when this is all said and done, because I've gone through it, and once I get a little bit stronger, I don't know. I'm just putting it out there, but there are people out there that don't have anybody and they need somebody to help them. And they might not be able to afford to pay for it because it's expensive to have someone come into your house and look after you 24/7. And I'm thinking, I don't know, we'll see, but it's starting something or like a volunteer organization. Yeah, I don't know. I'm in the works, but I could not imagine. Okay, Skylar, just enough, please. Oh my goodness. So demanding. See, something like that's going to annoy me because she's just going to keep at it. But to go through this alone, you can't. People will tell you they can, they can't. Well, maybe they can, but it's not. It's really, really hard. So, I mean, it's just something I'm thinking about, is that maybe, I don't know, some kind of volunteer organization where, you know, someone can help out, especially when people are going through chemo. It's only for a couple of days that you can go and stay with someone that like take shifts, like a day shift, night shift, whatever. Because if it's anything like way I think mine was very mild, you need help. Because like I said, I couldn't get up. Rich had to help me get up. So, you know, you need someone to help you make those. I couldn't stand. My legs felt like ice. Really, like chicken bones gonna break in half. Like, it was just, ugh. Anyway, so I just wanted to say that, put that out there. If you're into doing something like that, you know, helping out the community, and that would be something I think would be a really great idea, because, like I said, there are people out there who aren't fortunate enough to have anybody help them at all. So, and I'm just wanted to say thanks to everybody, and for being here on the journey with me. Hang on to your hat, because, you know, here we go. In for the ride of our life. So it's hopefully next time it'll be easier, but it might not be. but I'm going to share it with you guys because I'm real. This is what it's like. I couldn't find anything else out on there on the internet to tell you what it's about. And so I'm here to say this is what it's like for real. Anyway, thanks, guys. Have a great night. I hope you all had a great day at work. I'm envious that you went to work. This kid, if I stop talking, she'll stop. Anyway, I'm going to go. I'll see you guys later. Peace out. Fight like a girl. Good night, guys. Thanks for everything.